When money got into the human life, the life got destroyed. Did you know that? You know, industrialization today, everybody is in industry. The first industry started in 1802 in England. You were one cell to begin with in the mother's womb, the zygote. Now you are 120 trillion cells. Human body is a colony of 120 trillion cells. And each one of them need food. Where there is money, there's new science there. Where there's no money, the science disappears. So science is all money in the West. But our science is not like that. So what happened? You and I became what we are because of germs. Then we needed to eat. We can't eat only chlorophyll. So we needed to eat, and we started agriculture. When we started living initially in the river banks, because rivers were the road. There were no roads those days. So river banks, and we called society, and we had large groups. But remember, human body in the new evolutionary biology is a colony of human beings. You were one cell to begin with in the mother's womb, the zygote. Now you are 120 trillion cells, and each cell is a human being. Each cell in your body can think, can eat, can digest, can excrete, then sleep, and do everything. So human body is a colony of 120 trillion cells, and each one of them need food. Now how do you get that food? Nature has provided enough. But in our quest for making more money, in our social life, we started hating each other and making money. When money got into the human life, the life got destroyed. Did you know that? You know, industrialization today, everybody is in industry. The first industry started in 1802 in England, to be precise. And when this industry started, there was this thinking poet, a romantic English poet called William Wordsworth. He wrote a poem called "The World is Too Much With Us." Fascinating poem. I'll give you 4 lines. The world is too much with us, late and soon. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Just imagine, what are we doing? Getting and spending. Then if you don't get, you get by devious means. Spending, you enjoy life in every way you can. Then what is it? Little do we see in nature that is ours. We have sold our soul to the devil, a sordid boon. There's a nice scientific study called the failure of scientific medicine, the Innu community study. The Innus were an aborigine off the coast of Saskatchewan, and they were in the small islands, completely cut off from what you and I think of civilization. Up until 1732, Innus recorded history on the rocks, on the leaves, etc. says, Innus had no disease at all. No disease at all. They died of old age and predation. 100 years, 120 years, a tiger ate you or a snake bit you. Otherwise, you just simply live on. 1732, a Western Canadian company, barter company called Williams Company came to Innu land. They started a company and said, you give your hide and I will give you a biscuit. I'll give you soap. I'll give you shirt. I'll give you pant, and so on and so forth. Then started the problem. Today, Innu is a Canadian citizen with all the rights of a Caucasian Canadian. And Innus have every conceivable disease from common cold to cancer, 10 years precocious compared to the Canadian Caucasians. Which means money brought disease. Today in the field of nutrition, we have 2 very important diseases. One is malnutrition. Malnutrition, which I call as nutritional immune deficiency syndrome. I have named it as NIDS. You're all very fond of AIDS, no? AIDS only affects about 30 million people in this world, and AIDS is not due to HIV. That's just to make money, we have connected the 2. Don't worry about that. NIDS, even doctors don't know. India is the home for the largest number of NIDS patients. 47 million children suffer from malnutrition. But that's basically calorie subnutrition. Calorie protein subnutrition. But in the West, we have another kind of malnutrition. Malnutrition, M-A-L-L nutrition. That is eating what is sold in the mall. The food which is pre-cooked, pre-prepared, and junk food as we call it. And that produces more diseases than subnutrition. So we have to have a solution for both this. And that is where medicine or disease, human life and nutrition come into play. The world is starving. We have 47 million malnourished children in India. Sub-Saharan Africa put together has 42 million. And even in America there are children who are undernourished. In Russia there are a lot of children who are undernourished. East Europe you must see, poverty is rampant. Which means it's not a question of only poor countries, so-called poor countries in the olden days or what called developing countries doing that. Even developed countries have that. Because